Welcome to Grimmworks Comic Corner. If you're asking what is Comic Corner, it's your boy Tech Guy Tony and Roman from Grimmworks bringing you our review and selection of comics that we like to read on a weekly basis. We're a little bit late to the game, so we're going to be covering today some old issues that have been out for a while. But the whole premise of the video is we try to give you at least the minimum of 3 singles. What you call them? What?
Floppies.
He calls them floppies.
Oh, floppy.
That are coming out the week before we do the video.
Yes.
Then we're going to cover one trade back of our choosing.
Yeah, and then that will not be...
It'd just be a good trade back.
It'd just be a good trade back that we'd know and love.
And at the end of the video, we'll give you the listing of the stuff that should be coming out the Wednesday after this is out. We're going to try to release Tuesdays, so you guys could, hear our crappy review. Because it's been a while since we touched comics, but man, a lot of stuff has come out, and we just like, why not? Let's jump in this.
Yeah, I mean, recently I got back into comics after like 2 years of not reading comics. So.
And that was been on and off.
Yeah, so getting started, we have our first one right here, if you can see it. Let me see if I can get a little less clear on that.
There you go.
It is X-Men Blue, number 1.
Written by who?
This is written by Cullen Bunn, who's a hit-or-miss writer for me.
What has he done before that you like or dislike?
He wrote the Sinestro book when the New 52 was there. It was specifically Sinestro.
I know you're a sucker for Sinestro.
And Sinestro is probably one of my favorite villains, of all time.
Is he really a villain though?
He's
I see him more like
he's in the realm of Magneto, where he's kind of like, he's a villain to most people, but he's just doing what's best for his people.
I think an anti-hero?
I don't know, because Punisher's an anti-hero.
Punisher's the same way.
I guess.
People don't see Punisher and go, he's a bad guy.
True.
I mean, hey, I don't see Magneto as a bad guy.
Magneto's probably one of the most interesting characters.
Yeah, because
comics in general.
People treat mutants like crap, and he's trying to save mutants.
Yeah, exactly.
So was it? I guess it was a hit this time.
Yes, it was a hit. We'll see how it goes after this. I'll probably continue reading because that last page was such a surprise in terms of what was happening. But this is basically the all-new X-Men from Bendis's run when Marvel Now just started. It's taking all the Beast from our time, the actual Beast, the Blue Beast, has pulled the original 5 members of the X-Men.
Okay.
From the 60s, he's brought them to our time.
So Cyclops,
Jean Grey, Angel, Iceman, and Beast itself.
No X?
Huh?
No more X, right?
No. So it's an interesting comic just because Hank McCoy.
Mr. McCoy.
Yeah, the young Beast, non-Blue Beast, I guess you could say.
The scientist of the group?
Yes, is now doing magic. He looks like he's learned spells to transport people, kind of like...
so he became an alchemist.
Yes.
So he evolved his science.
Yes.
Right.
So it's interesting. That was enough to be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. That he's
a selling point for you.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's not just the true scientist. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And there's a little more interesting things that are happening.
Yeah, because when it comes to science and magic, is you're either one side or the other, black and white, and he's in between. He understands both worlds.
Yeah, it's now like the younger Beast is now evolving. So how is that going to affect the future Beast?
True.
Don't know.
What kind of powers does he have?
He in this he transports a villain, a favorite villain for the X-Men. He transports him to a different country, but he transports him through hell. So like
Nightcrawler.
Like Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Because Nightcrawler, his teleportation, he goes through hell to get wherever he's gonna go. So he pretty much did the same thing, but he did it with a spell. You can see the runes that are happening, how he's summoning the spell with his hands.
Okay, so he's like Colossus is his little sister.
Yeah, he's like Magic.
If you guys know Magic, she's a hot. I don't know if I should call her hot because they're X-Men are usually teenagers.
Yeah, I think she might be a teenager. No, I think she was young. She's definitely younger than Colossus, but Colossus is like 35 years old. So
because like, with comics, it's hard to be like, oh man, she's a hot character.
Yeah,
she's a sorceress, demonish.
Yeah, she was.
It's hard to explain, but she has magic and a sword.
Yeah, she spent most of her years in hell. So
that is right. She is from hell.
She's from hell, and Colossus went to go save her. That was the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I actually remember that.
Yeah, I think it was called Exterminus or something like that. Was the arc? But either way, X-Men Blue, good starting point. The end is very good. I think you should read it.
I know it's around issue 5 now, but I heard it's still good.
It's still good, yeah.
My pick. There's another X-Men title, and it's X-Men Gold.
Yeah.
I liked it because of the characters. I'm when it comes to comics, I'm not much of a writer kind of person. I'm more of it looks pretty and they're giving me the characters that I like. And this one, oh man, has all of them. It has Old Man Logan, which any kind of Wolverine I like, but Old Man Logan ever since the first issues.
Yeah, the Mark Miller.
It's been something that he's in it. I kind of pick up. It has Colossus. It has Nightcrawler. It has Kitty Pryde as lead. She is a new professor.
Yeah.
And it has
I believe her name is Prestige.
Yeah, that's the only one I didn't know. But he explained to me that it's daughter or granddaughter.
It's a future daughter of
Cyclops,
Jean Grey, and Cyclops.
So
it's Rachel Grey for that, and it also I think this team. I don't know if you mentioned it because sort of paying attention, but not really. It was Nightcrawler.
Yeah, it's Nightcrawler. It's Nightcrawler.
So he's in there as well.
The team is now based off New York City. So they're going to the struggles of living in a big city with expense now.
Yeah, one of the scene that I liked was they now move the city to Central Park in New York. So now their monthly bill for everything is $18 million.
And turns out Kitty Pryde don't got money.
Yeah.
We forget that Professor X was already established with money. He was a billionaire, or whatever he was.
Billionaire.
He had money, so he didn't have to worry about bills.
He came from old money. That's where he came from.
So he had the money. So you never thought about, oh man, how is he running this school?
Yeah, exactly.
How does he keep the lights on?
Honestly, because it's a big ass fucking match.
True, right?
Kids, you have to keep them fed. You have to do the danger room alone has to be like billions of dollars in itself.
Yeah, so it'd be like, man, you think it's easy running a school for talented mutants? Turns out it costs a lot.
Yeah,
and it kind of touches it. Kind of humanizes the mutants a little bit.
Yeah, they've always had good stories of them saying like, you know, they're just like us, and what's more like us than paying bills.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I heard the series is still pretty good. I know there was some controversy with this because of the artist.
Adrian or Ardian.
Ardian Syaf.
Yeah, it's his last name is Syaf. I think it's Syaf.
Yeah. I mean, the art is really good. It's one of the things that I like when I read a comic. Dude, I love the art. It just pops to you, and I was like, man, this is really good. But he did throw in some anti-Christian, anti-Semitic, political stuff that you don't agree with.
Yeah, that a majority of Americans and a majority of people in general don't agree with.
And so we found out that he got let go. He's not working for Marvel because of what he did, but issues 2 and 3 is still his art. Cause by the time they caught on and people had the whole we hate this and we can't believe you did this out. Nerdy certain printers. So I know they picked up a new artist and it's around issue 4 or 5 right now. I think.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. Thanks to our handy dandy laptop.
Oh yeah,
you always got to do that. But he was let go after issue 3. But issue 4, 5, and 6 will be drawn by R.B. Sylvia, and 7, 8, and 9 will be drawn by Ken Lashley. I haven't heard of either one of those, but Marvel always has a good eye. The one thing I'll always say about Marvel is they always have a great eye for art.
Well, it's a big company, kind of just has to go through everything, I guess.
No, but like they've always been like an art house. Like yeah, during the 80s when they said it was some of like the worst storytelling that Marvel ever had,
they still had the pretty pictures.
They still had the prettiest pictures. You know what I mean? And DC was the home of the good writing, and art was good as well, but it was just a different style. Not as kinetic, like you can see the action in it, like you could have Marvel.
Well, like I said, it has the characters I do like. I want to see what it keeps going with the story. Maybe you guys like X-Men, you like the Wolverines and the Colossus and all that. I suggest you pick it up.
Yeah, I'm a bit on the fence about it. Mark Guggenheim, who's the writer, didn't really catch me with this first issue. I might give it a few more issues just to see what happens, but as of right now, kind of on the fence.
All right, then
next up.
And next one is a pretty interesting one. I asked around and asked people what they're reading, and they said, when it comes to Marvel's doing a lot of weird shit, and DC is kind of going through the end of their arcs because of the summer event coming up. Yeah,
the summer event, and we'll get a little more into that.
But one of the titles that was commonly thrown at me is like, hey man, you should read Venom. Venom is really good. I asked them why. Well, it's the symbiote left Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
Flash Thompson was ex-job turned soldier, lost his legs, picked up the symbiote, became Venom, but he had the willpower to control Venom, so he was good. So he did mercenary stuff and worked for the government. And so the symbiote thought it was good. Before it was through Scorpion.
Yeah, Max Gargan, the Scorpion. And because it was Eddie Brock, Max Gargan, the Scorpion, and then Flash Thompson. So it had like two guys that were kind of, I wouldn't say evil, but just bad guys. Yeah. And then one good guy.
So, when it comes to Venom, I always think Eddie. Yeah. Always. I know that there was an arc where the Venom suit turned out to give him cancer.
Yeah, that's New Age to Die. New Age to Die, good trade bag. You should probably pick that up.
Yeah, it's where Anti-Venom comes into play.
Yeah, that's where Anti-Venom comes into play. Eddie Brock has cancer. He goes into remission because Mr. Negative helps him out. And then Venom crashes through the homeless shelter that he's staying at. It realizes it's Eddie Brock. It touches him, and he becomes Anti-Venom, which he's
been for a while.
He had been for a while. Yeah. They have a few little mini-series with him.
Yeah, so in the series, turns out that Eddie's getting the symbiote back.
Yeah.
But the symbiote is having like a character crisis. Doesn't know if it should be evil or good because it has a conscience now. Yeah. And before it got to Eddie, it jumped around. I think it got connected to a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Or a addict or something.
Yeah, just like a homeless guy. You could say it was a drug addict, but it was just...
Yeah, well, it was forcing him to do best of it, and the symbiote's like, we're not bad, we're good. And so Eddie gets the symbiote back, and this issue is really good because he's going through the whole, are we good, are we bad? It turns out that the symbiote's like almost addicting. And once you have it, you have that feel for that power that it brings. And then I really like this one because the Scorpion comes back.
Yeah.
And I heard that the symbiote was going through people, and he's like, I know what the symbiote does. I want the suit. I want the power. Yeah. I want to be Venom again. And Eddie's like, no, he is mine now. Yeah. He was like, we're back together. And meanwhile, the whole comic is having this battle in his head of what Venom should be, while the Scorpion attacks him. And he's trying to fight off the Scorpion. Yeah. Trying to get the suit back. If you guys are a fan of Venom, man, this is something you should pick up. Yeah. Something you should read. I heard. I think. The Venom series is not that deep in.
Yeah,
it's a really good read.
This is issue 150, which is...
It was an anniversary, a special issue.
It's going to continue. Yeah. Because this is what... In comics, they call it a legacy number. So which means that all the previous Venom... number ones, all that kind of stuff was taken into effect, and this is the 150th issue. So the next issue that you'll see is 151. It's a little bit, it's strange when you read comics because I think it was like 6 issues in, and then it was 1 through 6, and then it's 150. Yeah. So, but it's still part of the same run. It's still continuum. It's still canon. But it's just it's something that happens with comics. You just
and I like it because it just kind of gets all of Venom put together.
Yeah, and I was okay with it. I'm a little iffy on what's going on with Eddie, just because Eddie is my Venom. That's no doubt about it. Yeah. But I just kind of want to see why he's kind of risking his life just for the Venom. Like how I want to know how addicting this is to him.
Yeah, you want to kind of continue reading and see what's going on.
Yeah, because he talks about it. He's like, nothing, my love. He always says like nothing, my love. Like we're fine, my love. He always says it. He always calls it my love. You know what I mean? So he's addicted to it, and he kind of relates Venom with like a girlfriend, like a relationship type of thing.
You know what I like though? The art on this. They gave me old school Venom with a whole big old jowl and the whole thing. Yeah. Because when Flash Thompson had it, it was like a fit buff Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was like an army suit. It was kind of like a Captain America type suit.
Yeah, but man, they brought back old Venom, the whole big Venom that with the fucking huge head and all the teeth and all that.
One of the things that I noticed, and I just kind of laughed because I was like, this is kind of typical. Like when I think of Marvel, this is what I think of. They showed a picture of Eddie Brock just by himself, and he's standing, and he has like such like super huge wide shoulders.
Oh, the broadness.
Yeah, and then he has like this thin waist, these thick ass thighs, and then like these small little ankles. And I was like, yeah, this is classic Marvel kind of art.
It was good though.
But it seems to fit the book because the book is more like a cartoon character. I mean, Venom's more like a cartoon character more than anything. So
I've always been a fan of Sam Smith, so that's something I want to keep continuing. Yeah. And I guess the people that did tell me were right. It was a very good read.
Yeah, I liked it.
Now, coming back at the end of the singles, it's going to be our both pick. This book was just really great.
This was a phenomenal book.
It was.
It was the infamous Iron Man. And if you can see it right there, it's Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is now our Iron Man.
All spoilers. At the end of Civil War II, I think Tony Stark paid the ultimate price, and he's Gonzo. Well, you think he's Gonzo because in this comic, there's some of them still in there.
There's something you're gonna. If you like Tony Stark, he's still there.
But at the end of the Civil War, I think Dr. Doom helped him.
Yes.
Get rid of the whatever was going on. I didn't read Civil War II, to be honest.
It seemed more like, the Civil War movie was coming out, so they're like, hey, just do a Civil War 2.
Part 2, because Part 1 did so good.
Exactly.
The original Civil War is amazing.
The original Civil War, again, the Mark Miller type
so maybe
thing.
a trade back we'll cover later on.
Yeah. And honestly, I might read Civil War, at least, just to see what's going on, and we might review it here.
I know you told me it touches a little bit of Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, yeah, by Jonathan Hickman.
Where Doom turns out he goes back to being human, because if you guys know Doom, he's all scarred up, he's all messed up from the gamma, whatever they give him, his powers.
The cosmic rays.
But turns out that he go back to being human, but he stayed with his magic.
Yeah.
Because he was going out with Morgan
Le Fay.
Yeah, so he's a sorcerer. He still has his magic and stuff. But in Secret Wars, you told me that he went to hell or something to fight for his mom's.
No, that was just something that they had written into like his lore. Probably like 10 years ago, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Right around the time when he was dating Morgan Le Fay, they kind of tied it in like, his mother's dead, and he wants to. There's a particular reason why his mother's soul is linked to hell.
Yeah.
If you don't know, this isn't really a spoiler. It's just part of what Doom is. Doom was a sickly kid, like a sickly baby, and his mother made a pact with the devil to keep him alive. So she sacrificed her soul and well-being to make sure that Victor Von Doom, stays alive, and that's his origin. That's what his origin's been for the last few years. It
touches a little bit of it in this comic, and it's very interesting. One of the best things that I like is right off the beginning, he's sitting with
the Hood.
The group of evil ones.
Oh, the Cabal.
The Cabal. He's there, and he's being Doom. He's all quiet with his fingers like that.
Plotting.
Yeah, right. They're waiting for Norbert Osborn to come to the meeting.
Of course.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Hood is talking to him. The Hood is like, I got some questions for you, Doom, while we're waiting and shit. they're like, why do you keep doing this? I mean, you have control of a country. You have the power of fear because, you know, I think he defeated someone. I forgot who he names. I know he named someone. He's like, you're beating him, so you know you have power.
Yeah. Right? I think he... Doesn't he mention... I think he... I don't remember, honestly.
But it was somebody, right? He goes, do you have power?
Yeah.
And he goes, Reed Richards, your
arch nemesis
is gone. And you have money
coming out the yin yang.
Yeah, more than everybody in the group. And the group is filled with people that are pretty decent villains.
It's Namor.
Yeah, Namor, Emma Frost, the Hood. Waiting for Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have all this. You accomplish the stuff that most of these people want to accomplish. He's like, what drives you? Yeah.
And this whole comic kind of tells you
what's going on with him.
Yeah, like his kind of internal struggle to see what he should be more than what.
So it turns out, because I thought he was gonna kill him. But it turns out he just makes him go away.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, you should have killed him, and he's like, eh. Yeah. And it turns out he's having a character crisis. A fucking conscious
identity crisis.
Yeah, identity crisis where he wants to be good now. Yeah. He realized that he's done a lot of messed up stuff in the Marvel Universe, and he wants to rectify that. And he doesn't know how to begin because when people see Doom, they still see the evil man.
Yeah, they still see the villain, yeah.
So he's like, what do I do? Where do I begin? And it turns out that the world needs an Iron Man. So he goes into the Stark Tower? Or wherever the Iron Man suits are.
Yeah, I think it's the Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
Or wherever the hell it is.
And he's there, and you're in his conscious, you're in his mind. He's like, man, I should do good. Where do I start? And he looks at the Iron Man suit, and he's like, this is where I begin.
Yeah. And the cool, you see kind of the artwork here. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis, fantastic writer.
Really good writer.
And Alex Maleev is doing the artwork, and he has these cool panels where he's showing Doctor Doom putting on the armor and how it kind of forms over his head and starts taking over I
like the color scheme. I like how you made the iron suit grayish.
Yeah, it's just steel and green.
Yeah, because when Tony Stark made the iron suit, if you go by the movies, whatever it is, that he wanted something to be show off.
Yeah, he wanted Flash.
Yeah, he wanted the Flash, and he's like, nah, I'm just gonna bring something that kind of almost War Machine-ish style.
Yeah. I would love it if they do more of this right here, because in the comic book they don't show it too much. Yeah. Where he still has the Doctor Doom hood, because that's the shit right there. Yeah. You know? You always have to have that. So.
But what gets you is the last pages of this comic. Yeah. It makes you want to pick up issue 2. Yeah. We're not gonna spoil it for you, but you guys gotta read this. You'll like the ending.
Yes. If you're anything like us, you'll like that ending.
True.
And then we're gonna go on to our trade back review. This is something I'm really excited for. Something that I absolutely adore. This is Superman. This is Volume 1. What is the name of this? Son of Superman. It is part of the DC Universe Rebirth.
See, when he suggested this, I was like, dude, I haven't read a Superman comic in a long time.
Yeah.
For a while, they were just everywhere, and they were crap writing. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't blame people for... It's hard to write a Superman story because, honestly, he's like Jesus. He's kind of like an all-powerful being that can't really be hurt.
Yeah, think of it like extremely, extremely powerful Captain America.
Yeah, so it's really hard to write stories from it because he's basically a god.
True.
So it's really hard to write from that perspective. But if anybody can do it, this is a writer that I've always loved. His name's Peter Tomasi, or Peter J. Tomasi.
I was reading the stuff he did. Was it the Green Lantern stuff?
Yeah, he started on Green Lantern Corps,
and I think he took after he took over the Justice League after Jeff Johns.
I don't know. I remember during the New 52 he did Batman and Robin, which was another kind of right at the heart.
I'm not a DC fanboy.
Yeah,
I like DC stuff. I like. My favorite all time is going to be Shazam. Then you have Harley Quinn and Joker. Just because the villain, when it comes to villains, Joker is king villain. I like how he messes with people and stuff like that.
No, for sure.
And then Deathstroke comes a little bit behind. But when people be like, oh, DC is like, I'm tired of Batman.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Superman. And The only thing I do read that as I go to for DC is the Titan stuff.
Yeah.
The Teen Titans, the Titan stuff. I like that whole teen angst. As like, what do you do when kids have powers?
Yeah.
Turns out they do drugs and all messed up stuff.
Yeah.
They get into trouble. That's something. That's something we were going to cover because I heard Titans is doing a really good run right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
So I was like, nah, I don't want to read this. He's like, dude, just read it. You're gonna like it. And turns out I did like it. The beginning starts really strong. It's gonna real quick. The 52.
Yeah, it's really weird because DC Rebirth is after the New 52. The New 52 Superman that we've been reading for like 3 to 4 years is dead.
Yeah,
he's completely gone. So what happens is there's an anomaly that actually gets our Superman, the one that we had been reading for years.
Yeah, the dude who dies with Doomsday. Yeah. The whole black cover with the red ass and the bleeding. That Superman is back.
That Superman is back.
And it's off the beginning because the beginning, you read, you're like, New 52 Superman's gone, and you're like, so who's narrating this? And as he starts explaining, he's like, "Oh man, that's our Superman. That's a Superman when we were little kids and we couldn't wait for the next issue." I was like,
"Exactly, that was our Superman."
And it just gets you because he's like, "I didn't want to get involved in this world. I want to live my regular life with my wife and kid." He's like, "I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to be part. I didn't want to be a superhero in this world because there is a Superman in this world."
Yeah.
But then a great evil comes out. And he's like, damn, I guess I gotta help. Because he's still, at the end, he's still that Boy Scout. Yeah. I have to help. But he helps, but it's too late. Because they stop the big evil, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But Superman pays that whole ultimate price. Yeah. And he's dead. And the beginning is just great because he's narrating. And he's like, he's thinking he's gonna come back. He's like, I came back. Which is pretty cool because they explain how he's back.
Yeah, exactly. They don't just kind of leave you in there. The anomaly is kind of explained on what's going on there. The reason I love this book so much is because everybody gives me shit for liking Superman. I
give you shit for liking Batman too. Batman's just a bad character.
Everybody gives me shit for liking DC in general. I don't know.
I mean, the Green Lantern stuff is good that you read, but
I love
Superman and Batman, like I said, overdone and done.
I will say that Batman is it's an oversaturation. With Batman, it's really hard to... There's a lot of stories that have been told, and he's kind of like the golden goose of DC more than Superman. Superman has kind of always been for truth, justice, and the American way.
He's been there.
You know, and that kind of rubs people the wrong way, I guess, now. But he's still such a good person above it all. And the artwork in this
is really good. The artwork is really good.
That's oh my god, I forgot his name. I'm such an asshole because he's one of my favorite artists. Patrick Gleason. He draws a Superman like nobody because he draws him with a big chin.
I like the dark suit. He even had... Did he have a beard? He did have a beard, right?
Yeah, he has like a little bit of scruff.
Yeah, I was like, what?
And no, he does have a full beard. Yeah, you're right. At the beginning, he has a full beard. And by the end, he's kind of the clean-shaven Superman that we all know and love. And he draws him like what you would expect a Superman to be. He's swole. He's too swole to control.
But this one looks a little bit older.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the whole thing is this Superman is married, of course, to Lois Lane, and has a son. It's Jonathan.
Which, you know what was interesting about this comic? He has knowledge of Superman and all the universes.
Yes, it's because this and
there's the whole anomaly thing.
It's the whole anomaly thing, and the anomaly thing isn't necessarily explained to a full because
comics that explain everything
because of a new event that's coming out. It should be starting in July. It's called Doomsday Clock. It's written by Jeff Johns, one of my favorite writers.
Oh, so he's back to writing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
I know he stopped writing to take control of whatever.
He was doing a lot of the movie stuff. But it's also drawn by a fantastic artist, Gary Frank. Remember the Shazam from the New 52? Yeah. That art style, that's him.
The stuff they gave me in pieces of back issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, why can't you just give me a Shazam title? Nah, we're just making you buy crap. Was it in Justice League and you're going to get pieces of Shazam in the back?
It was Justice League and you would have a little...
I bought all those Justice League just to get the whole Shazam story in the back.
Yeah, so did I. And then eventually I just bought the graphic novel where they collected everything.
Yep.
But that's going to explain what this whole anomaly is. Like, what happened... Why did the New 52 happen, and why is Rebirth happening? Because there's like these things that are happening in all the books that people cannot explain.
Yeah, they're gonna answer your unanswered questions.
Exactly.
But back to this trade back. All right, so Superman realizes that this world needs a Superman, so he has to pick up the cape and the S again.
Yes.
But what makes it interesting is that now he has a wife and kid to worry about. Mm-hmm. So of course,
the biggest thing is his wife.
Yeah.
The fact that Lois Lane is his wife in this one, because
for the walls it was lying.
No, if you knew anything about the New 52, just like not in we're not saying just in comic books, the actual company stated no one is going to be married. They don't want any married couples.
Really?
And that became a big thing with Batwoman, because through Batwoman she's a lesbian and she wanted to marry her girlfriend at the time. That became a big thing where they were like, no, DC just doesn't want anybody to get married. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. But they're
like, you know what? Scratch that.
We're
gonna give Lois. Oh, they're the original couple.
They are the original couple. Yeah,
sure. So why not? Why not start with them?
Yeah, exactly. And this book is just so good because it shows you what Superman really is. He's just such a good person. And there's this whole thing with his son. His son is half Kryptonian, half human.
Yeah. So what's that big bad dude's comes back?
Yeah, if you want to know the big villain for this trade back, it is the Eradicator.
Okay, so the Eradicator comes back.
Yeah.
He has what you call the souls of Krypton. Yeah. Or the whatever.
It's the souls, because there's other things within this book that happen. We're not going to tell you everything that happens, because I really do want you to read this book.
Just a quick, he wants to make Krypton again.
Yes.
And he needs Superman to make Krypton.
Yes.
And he's like, your son's the key.
Yeah, his son is the first step, because since he's half human, half Kryptonian, he has to be eradicated. He
has to be cleansed.
Yeah. So
and guess what? He has to cleanse of humans.
Yeah. And guess what?
Superman
ain't about that shit.
Superman's like, yo, nah. We don't pay that.
He's like who's Mel Gibson in Ransom. He's all, give me back my son.
He's like, look at me. You're not gonna hit my kid. No.
look at me.
Oh, there's a net.
That is my son now.
Oh yeah, Captain. So it comes down to him. Big fight.
Yeah.
They go outworld, which is very interesting.
Yes.
And the kid and wife are involved. We're not tell you how that gets out, but it's a good read. Give it a shot.
It is a very good read. Turns out Superman that I love.
Turns out that Superman could be a really good dad too.
Yeah.
Which is tied into, because there's another comic we do want to review, and it's called Super Boys.
Super Sons.
Super Sons, there.
And it's Superman's kid, Jonathan Kent,
which is introduced in the story.
Is introduced here.
Yep.
And then Damian Wayne, which is Batman's son.
Turns out everybody has a kid now.
Yeah, except for Wonder Woman.
I'm pretty sure they'll give her one too. She's like, we molded her clay, now she's a teenager.
I don't know, she's part god, so I don't know if she can mate with regular humans.
That's what I'm saying. She's molded her clay and be like, now you have a teenager.
Maybe.
Boom, straight to teenager angst and stuff.
That's another good one that we might review. But I suggest you highly get this. It's about $17, $18, somewhere under 20 for sure.
Yeah, I got turned into it. I was like, no Superman, no Boy Scouts, nothing. And then I started reading, and I was like, oh shit, gotta continue.
Exactly.
And then I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen? Then the ending was like, aha. Yeah. He has to make a choice, and then there's this one thing you're like, I did not know they were gonna do that. Mm-hmm. Turns out DC does it, and it's really good. Just give it right.
This book brings a tear to my eye at how good it is, just because it's very sweet and it's action packed and it's everything.
It has everything you want out of a comic.
It's everything that a Superman comic should be.
And that's gonna be it for the reviews. We're gonna give you a quick rundown of what's coming out this Wednesday to your comic stores. Roman.
Yeah, we're going to do Marvel, then DC, then all the independents. So, starting off for Marvel, we have All New Wolverine 21, Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows number 8, Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider-Man number 3, Black Panther Crew number 3, Captain America Sam Wilson number 23, Deadpool number 32, Defenders number 1. So that should be interesting.
That's something we might pick up to review.
That's something we might pick up.
If you guys watch any of the Netflix shows and stuff, it's just like something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be Iron Fist, Daredevil,
Luke Cage,
and Power Girl,
and Lady Cage.
I don't remember her
real name.
I just remember her as Power Girl because that's who she was.
Anyways, but we're thinking about picking that one up.
Or Power Woman.
Anyway.
Either way, it looks like Generation X number 3, Gwenpool number 17, Hulk number 7, Kingpin number 5, Ms. Marvel number 19, Old Man Logan number 25, Secret Empire number 4.
Did you want to read Secret Empire?
I read the first one and was not impressed. Nick Spencer, who again hit or miss, has a great independent comic that I honestly loved called Infinite Vacation. He wrote a story that I do not like in Secret Empire. Okay. But Secret Empire number 4, Secret Empire United number 1, Secret Wars number 3, which I like that. It's a Jonathan Hickman book before.
Hickman's a good read.
Yeah. Secret Wars, what the hell? Star Wars number 32, Thanos number 8, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 21.
For the good laughs.
Uncanny Avengers number 24, Venom 151.
I'm picking that up.
You can pick up 150 and 151.
Yeah.
Visions Director's Cut number 1. Then Weapon X number 4, X-Men Blue number 5. Cool. Mm-hmm. I'll probably pick that up. Zombies Assemble number 3.
Damn, Marvel, you do not give my wallet a break.
Well,
it's a lot of
DC ain't gonna be much help. Action Comics number 981, Batgirl and the Birds of Prey number 11, Bug in the Adventures of Forager, is that how you say it?
Yeah,
number 2. Dark Days the Forge number 1.
That's that Clock Tower stuff? I mean
No, this is actually a Batman story, but it is written by Scott Snyder and has some Greg Capullo artwork, so you really can't go wrong there.
So you think of picking that up?
I'm probably going to pick that up, so I'll probably have a review for you next week. Detective Comics number 958, Flash number 24, Gotham Academy second semester number 10, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 22, that's an awesome read. Justice League number 8, Legion of Superheroes Bugs Bunny special number 1.
I'm picking that up.
I'll review it. Martian Manhunter, Marvin the Martian special number 1. What's up?
What? They crossed them over.
New Superman number 12, which is a other Superman, which I think it might be Mon-El. I'm not too sure on that one. I'll look into that one for you. Red Hood and the Outlaws number 11, which I know you did like. Scooby Apocalypse number 14.
Alright.
I better not be a Scooby-Doo comic. I'm pissed off. Suicide Squad number 19, Supergirl number 10, Superwoman number 11, Titans number 12.
I won't pick up the Titan stuff because it's right after the Lazarus Project. I won't see the fallout of stuff like that.
Alright, and then Wonder Woman number 24 rounding out DC.
That's your big tube company.
Yeah, now
that's a big list.
That is a big list, and independent is far bigger. This is by no company in particular. It's just through alphabetical order. Yeah. So through all companies. 24 Legacy Rules of Engagement number 2, All New Fathom number 5, Mara Karate number 4. Back to the Future number 20. Betty and Veronica number 3. Which you would laugh at me, but those Archie comics are actually pretty good.
They got really good at the whole Archie death, and they got really heavy to the team and stuff.
Great writer, one of my favorites, Mark Waid, had done Archie comics, and he kind of brings them into, our, just
our
present day,
yeah,
and it's really good, honestly. And people laugh at me for that. But yeah, Betty and Veronica number 3, Birthright number 25, Bitch Planet triple feature number 1.
I see something like my brother Eric would read.
Yeah, it's written by actually Matt Fraction's wife. I don't remember her name at the moment. Black Cloud number 3, Black Hood number 5, Bray's Land Lone Wolves number 1, Brutal Nature Concrete Fury number 4, Catalyst Prime Acel number 1, Cinema
Purgatorio,
I guess. Yeah, Cinema Purgatorio number 10, Copperhead number 14, Darkness Visible number 5, Dirk Gently, Salmon of Doubt number 8.
Oh man, these indie names, dude.
Yeah, some of them are hard. Doctor Who 11th Doctor Year 3 number 6, Dragon Age Knight Errant number 2, Dungeons and Dragons Frost Giants Fury number 3, Godshaper number 3, Gold Digger number 243. That shitty comic is 243 issues. That is a bad comic. Do not read that. Grass Kings number 4, Green Valley number 9, Grimm Tales of Terror number 6.
The Zenoscope stuff has always been good. The Grimm stuff.
The only one that I ever really read was the Alice in Wonderland, the first one.
It was good.
That one was okay. Harrow County number 24, Helena Crash number 4, Hero Cats number 17, Invader Zim number 20.
Yeah, Invader Zim is something I pick up.
Yeah.
It's a good comic.
Gem and the Holograms number 26, Jim Butcher Dresden Files Dogman number 1, Jimmy's Bastards number 1.
I heard that's actually going to be really good. Jimmy's Bastards.
Oh really?
Maybe I think that's the one.
Okay, maybe we'll look that up. John Carter, The End, number 5. Kill the Minotaur, number 1. Kim Reaper, number 3. Manifest Destiny, 29. Actually, a pretty good comic by Image. Misfit City, number 2. Neil Gaiman, American Gods, Shadows, number 4.
That's really good. If you guys have read or seen the show American Gods, really good stuff.
I don't watch TV, but I actually am really interested in American Gods.
The book is really good to read, dude. I read it. It's one of those that you start reading and start slow, but once you get into it, you're like, so the gods were walking around us and they want to get power, so this is what they're going to do?
Alright.
Yeah, you have the old gods versus what they call the new gods, which is like technology and stuff like that. It's really good.
That actually sounds really cool.
Yeah, they gave like TV and stuff like that, like a god identity, and they're like, we control the population now. They pray to us, which is technology, TV, and I forgot what's the other one. It's really good way, dude. Then the show is weird. It's weird in a good way. Yeah. Where you're like, I wonder where we're gonna take it to the next episode.
I know it's super violent. Like somebody's head gets exploded, and you see every.
I know. There's the comics and the trade bags, but if you guys want an actual good book, gaming American Gods, pick it up. It's really good.
Maybe we'll do an actual book review.
I do like reading books.
Once every month or once every 2 months, however we can get them in. Yes, but continuing, Normandy Gold number 1, Optimus Prime number 8, if you're a Transformers guy. Pierce Brown Red Rising number 2, Pitiful Human Lizard number 13, Planet of the Apes / Green Lantern number 5.
What?
I actually would want to read that. Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Aliens number 4.
Damn, they just put everything versus them. I heard the Predators actually has a pretty good comic out right now. Yeah, it's called Predator Hunter, where now they're hunting predators.
Interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Where we at? Rye History?
Yeah, Rye History of Valiant Universe number 1. Which honestly, any of the 90s Valiant you want to stay away from, but any of the new stuff that was 2014, 15, somewhere around there. A lot of that stuff was really good. Exo Manowar is one that you should really pick up. Regression number 1, second printing, and Regression number 2. Revolutionaries number 5, Rose number 3, Shadows of the Grave number 5, Sons of Anarchy, Redwood or Original number 11.
Sons of Anarchy is a really good read. The show was really good. The book's really good.
Sons of the Devil number 13, Sovereigns number 2, Space Riders Galaxy of Brutality number 2, Spook House, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 70, which actually was pretty good. Tekken number 2.
I think I'm a big fighting game fan, so I might pick that up.
The game's good, honestly.
And especially as an initiative, so.
The Damned number 2, There's Nothing There number 2, Tomboy number 11, Transformers Salvation. Then we have Winnebago Graveyard number 1. It sounds terrible. And to round out our indies, World Reader number 3.
See, when we started doing, I didn't think the list was going to be that big. I didn't realize how much comics have released.
Yeah, there's tons of comics.
Because when we started reading comics as little kids, there's only like so many titles that came out.
Yeah, there was only a few.
Now anybody can make a comic and release it.
Yeah, pretty much. But if you have any suggestions in terms of what we should do for the show, something we should review, or if you want us to kind of shorten this list and kind of talk about something else here.
You guys just want us to do indie coverage of Image and CinemaScope and the big ones, or you just want the big two, which is DC and Marvel, or... we're just wanting to kind of give everybody a little bit of everything. We don't know what you guys read, so if you're just like, oh man, I just want to listen to what's coming up next, because people always reading it from time and shit like that. So they're like, oh, they're watching this, like, oh man, I didn't know that was coming out tomorrow. Pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the end of Comic Corner for now. We did release a video like a week ago. It's not really comic thing, but there were some comments that were on it. There was an introduction of Grimmworks and what we do. Yeah. And we just want to answer or say thank you for commenting to our videos.
Yes, if you do see this on YouTube, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, and share it to some people that might find some other... we have a number of shows. Maybe they might like them.
Yeah, turn on your notifications.
Yeah, if you can hit that little bell next to the subscription, it'll tell you every time.
And you're like, man, this is a crappy comic show. We take that too.
Yeah, exactly. Any criticism will be good criticism in our eyes, just because we want to make the show better. We want to make everything we do better. Well,
Grimmworks just wants to create things that people would watch and listen, and it's just stuff we like. We like comics, so we want to talk about it. But you're like, nah, man, you should stay away from comics. There's other people doing it better.
If that's the way you see it, then
you know what? Let us know about it.
Exactly.
But
for right now, we have a few comments from our last video, which was just an explanation of what we do here at Grimmworks. You can check that out on the Grimmworks channel as well. But first up is the Prune, our buddy Prune. About time we get to see your sexy asses. Thank you.
Yeah, now we're making more videos for you guys.
Mars says, keep up the good work, guys. I believe that's someone I went to high school with. I don't want to say his name just if he doesn't want to have his name.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next one is Joshua Casillas for Destiny.
Mr. Hobbs himself.
Oh, is that Hobbs?
Yeah,
all right, Hobbs. What's up, dude?
We're talking about Destiny, and go ahead.
Yeah, for Destiny, what console are you guys going to play on? To answer that, PS4. I will probably, for Destiny 2, get it for Xbox, but my main console will probably be PS4.
Yeah, PlayStation House.
Yeah. He also continues, I'd be interested in playing with y'all, of course. And yeah, man, Eric is funny with some emoticons, a happy face emoticon. But so are you all. Love the idea for Comic Corner. Thank you.
Here it is.
Yeah. Love Overwatch.
Best game ever.
I like Overwatch. It's a different flavor than Destiny, but they are both good. Yeah, I agree.
You're right.
Yeah. Keep up the good work, guys. I love listening to y'all when I play games. That's actually something really cool, because I tend to listen to podcasts and things like that. So if you're doing that with us, I appreciate it, Hubs.
And come September, join us for some Destiny 2. Even though it's
once September rolls around, we'll be covering Destiny 2 Hardcore with 3 opponents down.
Yep.
And the last comment is from Girl Anachronism Nino. I don't know what that is. But thank you. No wonder we've never seen Tony on video. It's a whole lot of sexiness.
Oh, thank you.
Don't you agree, people?
It's a lot of everything.
All right. And any comments, anything that you want, us to read onto the show, go ahead and send it here. Or if you just want to send us an email, if you're an email type of person, you can go ahead and...
A lot of people ain't, but we still try.
Yeah, I send emails. But citypod88@gmail.com is where you'd want to go. And yeah.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, just search Grimmworks. We're on it. You'll be enjoying our conversations and fun that we do. Get notifications of all the shows that we come out.
Yeah.
But for now, thank you for watching us. We'll see you next week for another Comic Corner.
All right. Later, guys.